What is going on, folks? Sammy Original Guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you more of the Dual Destinies coverage. Round 2 is what we have here today, folks. Mr. Cannon Fodder, what this is a whatever day it is stream. It is probably maybe the day after Monday, possibly Tuesday. I think that's what it is. And this is just what it is, folks. You know what? We are going to dive deep into the Dual Destinies tournament today because all the round 1 games have been completed as far as I know, and most of the round 2, if not all of the round 2, have actually been completed. And we are going to cover every single one of them today. Hopefully. As long as we have enough time, you know. That's what we're going to be doing. But I'm very excited. I haven't actually looked at any of these games, except for the game that I played, so I have no idea what is going to occur. But just fair warning, folks, we are going to be looking at 8 games on the exact same map. There's going to be no map changes. Everything is going to be played on the exact same map. So it is going to be a time, folks. Let's go ahead and take a look at that map. Boom. There we go. Here it is, folks. Here it is. It's your map. Ahoy, ahoy, Cutman. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, indeed. Now, I need to just have a little refresher here. What is this map called again? This map is called Looming Threat 2 vs 2. This is what we got here today, folks. We are going to be playing a whole lot of games on Looming Threat 2 vs 2. And it's going to be an absolute massacre for at least 8 of the teams. Now, we are going to be starting with the Hunch and Happelman team versus Bogeus and P-Dog 954. The Bog Dogs, that is who we got going on. At work at the moment, so can't listen. But at least I'll be able to watch the board. You can watch the board, my friend. Watch. Over there. Watch it. Anyways. Hype. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll be hype. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Either way, like I said, I'm very excited. Like I said, I haven't actually seen any of these games except for the one that I played, so I don't know what's gonna happen in there. All I know is my game. It was something. It was something. It was fun. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. It was fun. But yeah. Anyways, folks. Team Bog Dog versus Hunch and Happelman. I can't remember what their team name is, but they probably are just the Hunchmen or something like that. Anyways, we're gonna get into it, folks. We got Hunch and Happelman playing as Orange Star and Pink Cosmos, and we have P-Dog and Bogeus playing as Acid Rain and Blue Moon, respectively. So, let's go ahead and see what they decide to do here, folks. We are going to get right into it right now. As soon as I burp, because we got to get that out. Anyways, folks, so obviously we are going to be starting with the standard infantry builds because you got to get the infantry on the field. It is the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. #2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. You all know exactly what that is, folks. It is Hunchelman, that's what they're called. Hunchelman. Is like and subscribe to the channel for all that hot live action. Alrighty. Now, it's a very curious pick with the Max, but I can understand the Max pick for sure. I think Max is probably one of the stronger picks, especially out of the top corner position over here and this bottom position. Or just the top corner positions. At least the one where you don't have to deal with the artillery. Yeah, so that should be cool. Anyways, so let's go and capture those properties, get the people flowing on the battlefield, and let's see where this is going to end up here. Now, in all reality, too, I mean, you could play Max out of this position because the artillery doesn't really need to fire very far, but it would be kind of difficult to deal with the additional artillery that would come to destroy your artillery because you wouldn't be able to fire on it. And usually you have to overload this guy quite a bit, so we'll see what happens with that. Alright, Henchman. Seems like the Kindle Max fest with most people wanting Kindle as the arty player and Max as grabbing towers. Yeah, I mean, that does make sense because Max would just get enormous amounts of firepower. But you know what? Some people were cool in this tournament and decided to pick other characters. So we're gonna see who decided to do that. I have no idea who would possibly decide to pick other characters aside from Max and Kindle. Who knows? Who knows, folks? Could be anybody. All right. Also, I noticed that the standard recon build over here out of the corner properties is usually, well, just pretty standard. I mean, you use the recon to go and interrupt some properties and stop your opponent from deploying in the center of the map, and you generally have yourselves a very, very good time. Yeah, possibly some Doro action. I don't know. I don't know. You can't be spoiling things, you know. I don't know who would pick some Doros, but somebody picked some Doros. Oh no. Get that off of the field. Get that out of here when nobody needs that. Alrighty, folks. So as we can see here, Mr. P-Dog954 has decided to overload the enemy artillery by placing one of his artillery on a city. Playing as Kindle. And that's going to hit pretty hard. Now, that is going to make Hunch have to make a choice here, you know. He's going to have to make one of those big choices. Does he attack the artillery and allow the airport capture, or does he attack the airport and allow his artillery to be hit? Either way, it's going to be really bad regardless, but I don't know. You know what, folks? In your personal opinion, what would you and you do in this situation? Would you be attacking the artillery or would you be attacking the infantry? Personally, it's kind of hard to say, but I feel like your opponent is going to be able to get that airport anyways, eventually. So I don't know. Maybe I would just attack the artillery, but also attacking the airport is really good because you deny income, and income is very important, especially on this map. These rules, because we are playing on medium funds, which allows you to have 1,500 funds per property, so you can stack up the money really, really quick. I'm very curious that Hunch hasn't actually gone for the artillery until just now, but I guess he doesn't really have a whole lot in position to overload the base yet, or overload the airport and the property, and I guess he wanted to get that early tank out, which is definitely causing some havoc here. Now, it hasn't actually hit anything yet, but my god, the zoning on this, man. Holy moly, he's zoning all the way down to here. That's going to deny these properties up here. That's going to force some... Oh, actually, no, that's just mad zoning. That completely locks Bogeus basically just at mountain range right here. He's not really going to be able to push out any farther at all. Unless he's going to be completely hit by lots of things all around the place. I mean, Happelman, he's already got the 2 tanks down here too. Ooh, that's spooky. It's a spooky position. But it does appear that Hunch has gone for the artillery hits, which is probably what I would do in this situation because, well, your artillery lasts a little bit longer. You do damage to this artillery. If this artillery decides to shoot, then it is doomed. It is going to blow up. And worst case scenario is you cause some money, you know, you cause some money damage because your opponent has to go and heal that guy afterwards, which messes up all the builds later on, folks. And everybody knows that in Advance Wars, you don't want to have your money messed with, folks. We're very money sensitive people. We don't want our money messed with. And it is now day 5. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, Mr. Happelman going for the comm tower. Skipping a property in order to do so. Bringing one of his tanks up north. Getting the old double tank zonage going up here right now. Very nice. Very strong looking indeed. What can Bogeus do? Can Bogeus even do anything here? This is actually full coverage, so this is pretty good. Attacking this tank would not actually be like all that good because you would have to attack from 1-star terrain versus 1-star, and yes, you would be able to do a lot of damage to the tank, but the problem is you would just get counterattacked, and then you're fighting into very close reinforcement range of the base too. But I don't know, this is another one of those questions, because you could attack the tank and do some damage temporarily. But is it a long-term, is it a short-term solution to a long-term problem? That is the big question here. So we'll see. Anyways, Hunch is now sitting at 12,000 money per turn. Oh. Oh, going for the old attack over here. Very cool. All right. So that does allow for the attack still. You can attack from the 1-star terrain over here, opening up for a tank hit. Might be able to do some coverage over here, though. It just depends. Just depends on how feisty Mr. Bogeus is actually feeling here. Raipika, welcome to the stream. And Scanori, I don't think I actually said welcome, but welcome. Welcome indeed. Yeah, we are doing the round 2s, Raipika. We are going deep into it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be going into full detail of your massive amount of move planning, but, you know, we're going to be having fun regardless. Anyways, for those of you that don't know, Raipika, he's a massive move planner. Don't let him move plan. It's a bad idea. All right. Unless he's on your team. If he's on your team, let him move plan all day. All right. Got some properties. We're sitting at 13,500 money for Mr. Bogeus every single turn. He's gone and taken that shot, folks. He is gone for the shot. That is an 8-4 trade on the beach all day, sunny, sunburnt, and feeling good. Holy moly. Can't believe he actually went for it. Alrighty. Now, like I said, this does open up for an attack from Pink Cosmos over here. So Pink could go in for an attack. Unfortunately, he does go first, so he's only going to be able to attack from one area. And it's not really the best area for you to attack from, but obviously, if he does go for this attack, I would feel, at least I would assume, that Hunch is going to be occupying the city here with his infantry and or with his tanks. So attacking from the big terrain over here is probably not going to happen. But I don't know. We'll see what he decides to do. Anyways, so it would also appear that Happelman has bought the Battlecopter, folks. He does a little base skip for the Battlecopter as well, which is pretty nice. Women Respecter, welcome to the stream. And yes, they do love move plan. They love to move plan all day. Holy moly. All right, Happelman, he's going for it. He's going for the tank hit, folks. This man has absolutely no fear. Maybe he would have more fear if it was Kindle, but like I said, I'm pretty sure that Hunch is not going to allow that city to just be unoccupied. You know, it's just, you don't get to like a 1600 elo and just allow cities to be unoccupied. You know, it's not something that happens. You know, it's not something that happens. Anyways, we also have an interrupt down here. It appears that this tank is getting super feisty. Will allow for a first strike from the P-Dog tank, and that's actually a huge hit, because that's going to be a city hit as well. Holy moly. Yeah, that's a city hit right there. All right, let's see. Let's see what we decide to do here. Ooh, fatty 50% damage up north. And yeah, that tile is being occupied. And then he doesn't even go for the attack on the tank or anything. You know, that 1 HP tank, he's got absolutely no issues with that guy just being alive. Occupies the terrain. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful plays over here. P-Dog going for the double center properties right now. This man is obsessed with money, and he kind of needs it because he's sitting at 10,500. So he definitely does need the income, and he's going to get both of them because there's no chance of interrupts over here. Does take the city shot from, or does take the shot on the pink tank from the city. That is a massive amounts of damage, folks. That's 70 damage. 70% damage rate to his face. Battlecopter by right afterwards to prevent Hunch from coming in and attacking with his tank. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful plays right there. All right, 1 HP tank still being viable, still out here doing the work. And then we got another tank hit. Holy moly. Now this is kind of curious because he's going to lose the tank for that. But if he okay. It's an interesting play because he attacks the tank, does the damage. He's probably going to lose his tank, but he's got another tank, which means he might be able to take the artillery next turn, or at least do some pretty significant damage to the artillery. But Hunch is going to be able to move his tank up, cover the area too. So, ooh, I don't know. This is, oh, it's getting absolutely spicy up in here, folks. I'm telling you, it's getting spicy. Day 7 already. Happelman captures the comm tower. How many comm towers does this man have? He's got 2 comm towers. That is 140% firepower for the Maxter right now. We are almost dealing with Advance Wars 1 max stats right now, which is, as you all know, very brutal. Very brutal and very broken. Alright, it is now day 8. Hunch has moved the tank up. We are taking that shot on the tank. Is the 4 HP tank going to come up and attack it as well? Yes. Alright, so that opens up the artillery to an attack. But, like I said, if he moves in and goes for that attack, he's going to be losing it. He's going to be losing the tank. He might do like a pretty significant chunk of damage to it, because he does have the 2 comm towers as well. Max has got both the comm towers, 140% firepower. Is it enough to actually take out the artillery, though? That is a big question. Oh, and Hunch uses the co-power. He pops the co-power, end of the turn, doing the damage. That is going to siphon so much money away from Bogeus right now. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate for Team Bogdog. But P-Dog, you know, he responds with a big hit from the battlecopter, responds with a double infantry strike, takes the infantry down to 2, and then the artillery sitting at 2 HP right behind the front lines there. Absolutely beautiful. Anti-air has yet to actually hit anything, but it is there and it is looking pretty. You gotta love the anti-airs, folks. You gotta get them on the field, gotta keep them looking fresh, as that is the most important thing. Oh my god, and he just one-shots it, folks. One-shot it. It's gone. Alright, so you know what? This position is not actually really too bad for Mr. Bogeus, because he's got 3 tanks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't quite cover this one. This one covers this one. It's decent coverage. Not like the best coverage, but it is decent coverage. Alright. Boom. Capture. Infantry move in, threatening a capture on one of the allied cities for the Bogdogs right now. It is now day 9. Hunch taking control, moves the battlecopter down, eliminates the tank. Oh, almost eliminates the tank. Actually, that's a pretty nice hit. And Hunch making really good use out of the terrain, folks. You know, he's playing that Kindle game pretty hard. As we know, attacking Kindle on cities is very, very dangerous with that 140% firepower. Boom, day 9. Let's see what Mr. P-Dog at 954 decides to do. Double cap the properties. Finally gets that income. He's sitting at 15,000 income per turn. Holy moly, this man is having a blast right now. Unfortunately for them, Hunch and Happelman both have a significant lead on income, which is not great. But it's not over, folks, as the Urban Blight gets popped. Holy moly. Tons of damage all over the battlefield. Actually, how many units did that hit? That hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That hit like 11 units. That was pretty good. And it was pretty good, folks. I'm not going to lie. It was a pretty good Urban Blight. Hitting 11 units? Yeah, that's not too bad. And a power from Bogeus right afterwards. Alright, let's see it happen. Oh my god. 70% damage on a city. That is just filthy. Absolutely filthy damage over here. Alright, day 9 from the Happelman. Moves the anti-air in, eliminates a tank, eliminates a battlecopter, and then goes in for the double tap on the infantry. Does not acquire the KO, but does do a significant chunk of damage. Another tank enters the battlefield. Another tank moves over, strikes an infantry. Does leave some units vulnerable over here, but it would appear that Happelman is now sending a bulk charge to the southern corner, folks. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 vehicles, plus another vehicle on the way and multiple infantry. Will P-Dog be able to withstand this attack, folks? It is going to get absolutely messy very quickly as day 10 has approached. Let's see. Boom! Another infantry gone right there, folks. Oh, and we are going for the city. Hunch is going to be acquiring that city now. And is there anything that can stop him? No, I don't think there is. I don't think there is, folks. You know, maybe if there was another power, but without the other power, I don't think it's going to happen. That city is going to get stolen, which is very unfortunate for Bogeus because he really needs that income right now. All right, P-Dog retreating to the corner. Knows that fighting the bulk force of Happelman right now is not worth it. Needs to regroup. Needs to come in strong afterwards. All right, that is... Oh my god, it actually got the KO, folks. Holy moly, this man's got Nell luck over here. Jesus, how did he... I don't know. You know what? It's the luck of Nell, folks, you know? Sometimes when you need the RNG, you just do a little prayer to Nell. And you're having yourselves a great time. Alrighty, folks, at day 10, Happelman pops the power. Oh my god, and he is go... Oh no! Oh, he is... He's locked in the base, folks. Oh dear. He's locked in the base. No. This isn't actually a full lock because I believe that maybe P-Dog can break himself out of here. But yeah, Nell is hitting that gym, folks. Holy moly. Straight lifting. Anti-air's gone. Urban Blight. Oh my god. Okay, with the Blight. Oh no, with the Blight. That is... Oh, that's so dangerous. That's so dangerous for Mr. P-Dog. Can't he break himself out with the units that are available? Deletes and busts out the classiest unit in advancement. By the way, folks, the classy medium tank is here to save the day. Is going to be able to hold that base for, I don't know exactly how long, but it will hold temporarily at least. You gotta bust out the classiest units in advanced force, folks. Get them on the field. Another max force. Oh, and we are going full force here. Doesn't have the luck of Nell this time, folks, but did do a significant amount of damage. Might, definitely not going to be stealing the property over on the Eastern Front, but a valiant effort indeed. All right, day 11. Airport is being stolen, folks. Oh, no. See, this is one of the dangerous things about these mixed-base maps, too, you know. They don't, you know, the days... In most games, you know, day 11, it doesn't seem that dangerous, folks, you know. But day 11 on a mixed-base map like this, things can go down by day 11. They can go down by day 11. Alright, let's see what happens here. Gonna be striking down the battlecopter. Holy moly. Hunch sitting at 12 units. P-Dog sitting at 9. Bogey sitting at 10. But Happelman is sitting at flipping 20 units, folks. This man's got like double the units of everybody else in the field. But Hunch, he busts out the Soiled Abomination, folks. Absolutely grotesque Soiled Abomination. It was so stenchful that it forced the resign from Team Bogdog. And that is the end of that game, folks. Happelman and Hunch move on to the next round. What a map. What a game between these two. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Well played indeed. All right. I will continue on in a moment, but my child keeps yelling on the baby monitor, so I have to go figure out what she wants. So I will be back shortly. And in the meantime, chill. Alrighty, folks. What a match, folks. What a match. That was a good one. That was a good one. Let's see how the other ones are, though. That's that's the other important thing here. Let's see. All right. Boom. Let's see what we got here. All right. So now we have Humita and this fella. I can't remember what his name is. Versus the Fine Melody and Alexa. Wow. This is quite the match. Quite the match indeed, folks. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I want to see what happens. For those of you that don't know, I mean, Humita, I'm pretty sure everybody knows Humita. You know, he's that guy that does that tournament that everybody likes. You know, he's a good guy. It's pretty cool. Fine Melody, just one of the wonderful site helpers. You know, one of the staff over there, organizing tournaments, being a general good person. Alexa, very strong live player. And then this fella. Who's this fella? I can't remember what their name is. But they are the A Mariner number 5, Division 5 champion. Oh boy. That's based. All right, folks, let's see how this one goes. Holy moly. Sometimes when you hit that button, folks, you know, you hit that button, it makes a lot of noise. It's like standard infantry builds, folks. Got to get them on the field so they can start making noise. Oh no. We have to refresh. And we're going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait just a moment for this to work again. In the meantime, that's not what you want to look at. You want to look at this one right here. Me. Hello, folks. It's me. In the flesh. Now, are we good? Are we good? Is this going to work? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Dual Destinies. We're back, folks. We are back in the flesh. All right. So we got another team of a Kindle and a Max, and then a double Kindle, actually. So a little bit of a different strategy here, but generally about the exact same thing. You know, let's see how this one works out. Got the infantry going, capping them properties. And then let's see if we're going to be opening up with the recon again, folks. I think we're going to be seeing some recon action again here. Yeah, there's the recon, folks. Get it on the field. Double recon over there. And, ooh, Humita. Humita starts with the tank, too. Very interesting. A Fine Melody doesn't go with the tank down south, though. Did they have enough money for a tank? They went tank in the center. Interesting. So tank in the center. Maybe it's going to be going down south. I think tank in the center is to ward off this recon. I think that might be the idea. All right, let's see. Let's see what occurs here. Alexa moving up with that recon. Moving up with that recon. There we go. Alright, looks like Fine Melody is getting in position to actually overload those two bases now. Might be going for the double base grab with the artillery combo to try to grab both of them at the same time. I think that might be what the idea here is. Well, we'll see. I'll see. Oh, a second recon out of the middle. Very interesting. Oh, and Fine Melody. She's not actually going to be able to bust out the artillery now. She's going to be forced to buy a tank. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Forced to buy a tank, and then Humita sits his tank on a city. Holy moly. Madness. Absolute madness, folks. Alright, there's the tank buy. Now, does this tank cover over here? Oh, it doesn't. That's going to be a free interrupt right there from the recon. Holy moly. That's quite unfortunate. All right, Alexa moving up, capturing the comm tower. Going for that firepower bonus. And let's see. Is he going to be going for the interrupt? Went for the interrupt, folks. Of course. No reason to not go for the interrupt here, folks. It's just free economy denial right there, so you might as well do it. Alright, fine Melody moves the tank up, captures a few more properties. Unfortunately, it does look like there might be a couple more interrupt potentials over here, but continues the capture of the base down south, which is very nice. But over here, as we can see, we got a 3-on-2 tank advantage, hopefully. Tanks do overlap for the most part here, so won't really be able to go in for some effective attacks, because you do... Oh, this tank actually can only hit this tank. Oh, yeah. There's only two effective actual hits here, and they're all covered, so it's actually not looking too bad for Alexa and the Fine Melody over here. So, alright, that's not too shabby. Oh, moving up and being the aggressors in this situation. Oh, very interesting. Is that was Alexa. Alexa's moving up and being aggressive. Brutal. Absolute brutality over here. 60 or 40% roll on the infantry, and now the battlecopters are entering this battle here, folks. Ooh. And spicy. Day 7 over here. Pops the infantry, takes it down to 1, gets another interrupt, double taps the interrupt, takes a big hit on the tank, covers the terrain again. Ooh, that is a pretty nice attack over here. Let's see what Melody decides to do. Takes out the recon. Pure destruction of that recon, folks. One-shot city over here. That guy had absolutely no chance to survive. And now it is day 7. Alexa moves up, takes out the infantry, takes it down to 1. Doesn't get the full KO. What's this sitting at? Is this sitting at... we have to see. We have to keep scrolling up and down for this one. Alright, this is sitting at 7. So that's not really going to go through. But there is an infantry here that can overlap it and get on top. But is it going to be possible? I don't think so. I think the terrain is going to be occupied. Alright, Alexa's going for that second comm tower right now. It does appear to me like it's going to go through. I don't really see anything that's going to stop the comm tower from being acquired here. So he's going to get that 140% firepower. Very strong indeed. Ooh. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say what that trade was, folks, because I'm not falling into these traps. But it was a bad trade, unfortunately. Unfortunate bad trades, but what can you really expect, folks? Now, what have we gotten ourselves into here? This is a very tricky situation. Melody's only got 2 tanks down south, none of which can really effectively attack. Now, could potentially go in for a 2-strike to take out 1 tank. That would leave one of the tanks vulnerable to a double attack, plus leading into another attack over here. Still has not acquired the airport or the property over here. Artillery is standing strong. It's a tricky situation over here, folks. With only 10,500 funds available. But Humitsu's also only got 10,500 funds. Like, he doesn't really have, like, a whole lot right now. This is generally where these players are meant to be at this point. It would appear to me like the player 2 in the situation, you know, the max player does tend to get a little bit more income early on here. But we'll see if they can balance it out later, because it is day 8. Here we go. Ooh, trying to capture a lab with a 3 HP infantry. Absolute based plays, folks. Absolute base plays. That's what it's all about. Ooh, gets a nice attack on the slime over here. But, whoa, does it? No, it's good. It's a clean hit, folks. That is a clean hit over here. Who meets his army up north, though? You know, these guys over here, they are hurt. They are in shambles over here. But no real effective way to attack them a second time. And there's 1 attack that can happen, 2 attacks that can happen. So there is some damage that can occur over here, but in order to go for those attacks, you might have to eat the blight, you know? And the blight is not something that you want to be eating. It's a very dangerous thing. Okay, he's only going to eat the blight on one unit here. Does leave this tank vulnerable. However, if he goes into attack, you know, if Humita goes in for the attack, he's going to be hit by the artillery. Fine Melody's got that artillery coverage right now. Not too shabby at all. Another tank coming in. I think that was a clean attack over here. Very clean attack. Now let's see what Azure decides to do. Ooh, nice infantry hit. Or nice tank hit. Never mind. Never mind, folks. Nice tank hit. Now, that does sacrifice the battlecopter, but like, in general, it was good. It was good. And you know why it's good, folks? Because in team games, you have something called turn order, which is very difficult to deal with sometimes. Very difficult and very annoying. Now, this is extra good because this actually allows for Azure here, the Kindle player, to get this city, because Elixa would have to destroy the battlecopter, and then this tank would have to go in. But this tank goes first, so this play is not going to be working. You know, Elixa can destroy the battlecopter, but they get the city, and you know, income is very good. As I stated before, folks, it's 1,500 income per property. So just in a few short days, you know, you're going to be acquiring that back. Humita pops the blight though. Now, what does the blight actually accomplish in this situation? Because there's not too many units on cities. Oh, there's enough. There's enough units on cities. Okay, that's not too shabby at all. Plus, that leaves this tank with like 0.001% health. So that guy's not going to be surviving any hits. Unless it's like a 50-50 roll on like a 1%. Like 0 to 1%. It's the only way he's going to survive. And you need a 1 HP infantry to do that. I don't see any 1 HP infantries around here. So I think he's fine. Well, except for this guy, but he's on his team. So you know what? He's not going to be attacking his own guy. Alrighty. Pulls back a little bit. Not too shabby. Alright. There it goes, folks. There it goes. He's been taken out. Taken out. And now, oh my god. Fine Melody and Elixir are moving up hard right now. 5 tanks in the top corner right now. That is nice. That is nice. Oh, man. Alright, so what can Humita do in this situation? So he can attack 2 tanks, build another tank. But Elixir's got co-power. So if he doesn't surround his base, he's got 3 tanks that can go and occupy the base. So this base could potentially be stolen if Humita does not play this turn right. Now, let's see what he decides to do. Because Humita, you know, he's a pretty good player. You know, he says he's not, like, top level or anything. But, you know, he's a pretty good player. So let's see if he can navigate himself out of this situation. His partner is going in hard on the center bases right now. So I think at this point, you know what? If this push from Elixir and the Fine Melody doesn't work up north, I'm kind of fearing for the middle bases. Like, they are going to get very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous here. Imagine you could attack your partner for a charge. Yo! Andy Kuma, welcome. Oh, you know what, right, Pika? That would be OP. Absolutely OP. Not allowed. That's why you can't do it. We ain't dealing with that, folks, you know? We ain't dealing with that. That's too much. Humita has enough money to buy the classiest unit in advance for his bioweb. The classy medium tank is here to stop any of these pesky plans that Mr. Alexa has here. He's not going to be able to take that base once the classiest unit in advances by web has made its way. Oh my god, folks. Oh, it's got absolutely classy up in here. You gotta love it. You love to see it, folks. And Fine Melody also busts out the classiest unit. You love to see it as well, folks. Classy ladies busting out classy medium tanks. All right. So there is actually some hope here. There is some hope. Now, if Elixir can hold the classiest unit advances by web at bay long enough here, 3 days, Alexa gets the airport. And you know what you can buy with an airport that's right beside a base? Anything except for the transport copter or the fighter. But you could buy the bomber, folks. Classy boy of the sky, busting out the bomber. Or you could just bust out battle copters and overload the base that way. But 1, 2, 3 days to get the capture. And we have one, then a replacement, then a replacement. So the base can hold long enough for, or is this Alexa? Yeah, this is Alexa. So Alexa could go up and capture this long enough for the base to hold. This could be good. You know, I'm not going to lie, folks. This could be good. This could be good. And there's no real threat on the southern base as well. Like, Melody's base down south is actually doing pretty good right now. And with the purchase of the classiest unit in Advanced Wars, folks. Classy medium tank out of the center property. I don't really see the center property falling anytime soon. You know, you got the medium tank. You just get some anti-airs. Maybe get an artillery from the Fine Melody. And you know what? You're having a good time, folks. You're having one of the best times ever down south if you start doing that kind of a play. But the shift though, the shifty poo. Oh my gosh, and Azur's over here busting out the classy boys as well. It's getting an absolutely super classy battle now. Pops the blight, folks. Pops the blight. Humita popping the blight. Filthy Kindle players popping the blight. Who does this? And the Fine Melody does it too. Filthy blight. Alright. You know what? How much money does this Melody have here? She's got 8,000. Ooh, 8,000. It's not a lot. It's not a lot indeed. She's got a problem. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we got ourselves a problem over here, folks. Actually, it's becoming a huge problem. Not even lying to you, folks. This is gonna be a massive problem here very soon. Okay. I think this base is getting taken this turn. I think this base is gonna be taken this turn because yep. I think that's happening. It's gonna happen, folks. Battlecopter's gonna move in. It's gonna wait, maybe. Fine Melody's got the power activated right now, so maybe she might have enough defense to withstand the attack. We'll see. Oh! What? Why does he not want to do it? Why would he not go in for the attack? It's so good. Wait, hold on. We need to consult the calculators here, folks. Is the calculator allowing this move? It's 59 to 65. Why are we not doing that? What? That's odd. You know, this is odd. This is a very odd move to me. Now, all you have to... You take it out and then boom, you sit on the base. Then that stops the deployment of the units from the base. Everybody knows that when you sit on the base, you stop the deployment. Very curious to why you didn't go for that. How much money does Melody have? She's only going to have like 11,000. She's not going to be able to buy anything big unless she joins a bunch of units together. Does she have anything around that she can join? She's got a tank. Oh, she's got tanks. She's got a full HP and a 7 HP tank that she can join together. Ooh. Ooh. She can buy a medium tank. I think she can buy a medium tank, folks. I don't know if she's going to go for it. Oh my god, Himita buys a medium tank. Everybody's getting classy up in here. Anyway, so 10,300. We got a 7 HP. 7 HP tank and a 4 HP tank. And move the 4 HP here. That should be like, oh, that's over 7,000. That's 17. Ooh, doggy. Oh, folks, you know what? Oh, we can do it. We can join the units together and build the classiest unit to defend the base. Now, once again, I don't think this is really going to be like It's a short-term solution to a long-term problem is what it is. But I think that would allow for enough time for the other base to get taken. I think that would be okay. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't do it, though. Does not join the units together, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we are not going to be getting a classy buy with the double join. But it would have been pretty cool. Would have been pretty cool because that actually would have stopped the base from being taken. In this situation right here, like as we can see here, this is going to be very good. Very good. That's, yeah, it's getting taken. It's getting taken either way. All right. Move that back up. Let's continue on here. This should be at like 2, right? Yeah, it's sitting. That's sitting at 2. That's going through. It's going through very soon here. And the blight has been popped. The base has been acquired. Okay, so maybe the thought was he didn't, maybe they didn't want Humita to sit on the base because of the turn order. You know, maybe they knew that Humita wouldn't be able to get an infantry down there for a very long time, so they wanted to hold off on taking the base so that Kindle could take it. So that's probably actually what it is. But, oh my god, another classy boy. God, these guys are getting so classy. What a classy team. Another classy boy, oh my god. Perfect. It's almost like they knew, folks. It's almost like they knew that I would be watching or something. Alright, so the airport is going to be acquired here. Manages to get the final hold, which is good. But Elixir, he's got to save his money, though, because if he doesn't get a bomber, he still can't actually take the medium tank out. The only thing that he can really use right now to get it out would be a bomber. Like, he needs the bomber. That's what he needs. He needs a fat bomber. We need to get some fat bombers on this battlefield. And there's that base. The base is being acquired now. Oh, and they're going to get that base quite some time before Elixir is going to be able to capture the north base. But he's got the north battle cop, or the north airport, so that's very nice. And he's going to be grabbing a lot of properties here. Like Elixir, he's sitting at 19,000 money. This man's rich. He's absolutely rich. And he's going to be even richer. Melody's even going to be richer. That property's going through. This is like sitting at, what is this set at? 2? What's this sitting at? What's this one? Is this one 2? Oh my god, it's not letting me look. It's 2. It's 2, folks. Alright, both of them are going through. It's going to be great. Alright, Battlecopter is acquired. God, this map. What is going on this map, though? This is such a crazy battle. Can't believe that the corners got taken, though. That's wild. I mean, it's not entirely wild. It's kind of just the way that it naturally would go. But the fact that the corners have been taken, but the game is not over. You know, they're still holding on here. Like, Melody is a little bit behind in funds here. But once she captures one of these properties here, like, she's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. Got no issues at all. The unit count is definitely a little bit lacking here. But Humita's unit count is low too. Like, he's only sitting at 12. Fine Melody's sitting at 10. Elixir's at 24. And Kindle, 26 properties. Like, it's not too shabby. And you know what? When you don't have enough money, or when you don't have the bases to buy anything else, then yeah, you just buy the classy units, folks. Although, to be honest, like, a rocket might not be, like, the worst thing out of this position right now. But considering the fact that Azure Kindle has just busted out a bomber, yeah, that's gonna be a little dangerous, folks. It's gonna be a little dangerous. All right, double battlecopter strike, and both of the battlecopters took 2 damage in response. So one of them was like a natural roll, and then the other one was like a high roll. So that's wild. So many classy boys coming down on the 2 base. That is right, Luigi. That is right. Like, oh my god, this base is gonna be... The battle that is going to occur down here in this corner between all these medium tanks is going to be like absolute legend. Absolutely legendary. It's going to be like the Battle of Helm's Deep over here. And the bomber is that stupid orc that's holding the torch and the bomb. That's what's going on here, folks. All right. Ah. Oh. My severe neck pain has caused this soiled abomination to make its appearance on this battlefield. You know, this was a beautiful game. It was an absolutely beautiful game, and then the soiled one arrives and just completely ruins everything. I'm telling you, folks, telling you, as soon as the soiled abomination shows up, that's it. The game's over. Nobody wants to play these stinky games, folks, but congratulations to Humita and partner. I can't remember what his partner's name was, and I'm very sorry, and we are going to figure it out at some point, but either way. What a game between these two. Fine Melody and Alexa held out for such a long time. They played a beautiful game. Unfortunately, they just didn't manage to take this base fast enough, and they got overrun by the orcs. The orcs breached Helm's Deep and was going to take out the human army. Well played indeed. Beautiful game between these two. Yeah, not the damnable abomination. It's about the most swear you're gonna get from me on this channel, folks. That's it. Alrighty, folks. That was a game. And now we have Valdudu and Momovs and H2O and Paratool as our players for the next round. But before we start, I do need to stretch because severe neck pain and upper back pain is terrible. And I would not recommend it on anybody. Oh, dear. Oh, dear indeed, folks. Oh, then I can't take the base. We didn't do it. Oh, you asked why we didn't block the base when we could. I am rewatching and I am 7 minutes behind. Oh, Andy Kuma. That's you, right? You're Humita's partner? That's right. I'm pretty sure it's Andy Kuma, actually. That's who Humita's partner is, so sorry about that. Anyways, you asked why we didn't block the base when we could. We didn't do it because Humita sits on the base, and then I can't take the base because I would want to be first. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Andy, you know what? I came to that conclusion a little bit later, and yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense, but you know what? Sometimes I just get a little ahead of myself. That's all. That's all it is, folks. Sometimes we get a little ahead of ourselves, and we just want to see units just sit on cities when you're fighting Kindle. That's just what it is. All right. All good, folks. All good. All right. How many games do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, folks. We still have 6 games. 6 games to go over. Holy moly. Now, maybe we won't spend as much time talking about every little thing on the game, but you know what? We probably will. Anyways, I'm excited for this one because we got a lot of really, really cool players on this one. Now, Valdudu, he's a member of my Discord. Pretty funny guy. I like him. I like him a little bit. You know what? He's an alright guy. And, yeah, this is going to be a good one. H2O, good player. Paratool, great player. Momos, yeah. This is going to be a solid game. I mean, anybody that makes it into round 2, or anybody, actually, just pretty much everybody in this tournament. Like, there's been a lot of really good players in this tournament, so just everybody's, like, fantastic. But team games, you know, team games are such an interesting dynamic. Because turn order is just so important. Turn order and strategy, you know? That's what it is. All right. Let's see the first few days make their way through here, folks. We are going to be capturing properties, and we are going to be getting error messages, because apparently I didn't do something. We are just going to refresh this, Because I am not dealing with that, folks. That is not something that we are going to be dealing with. And as soon as we refresh, it's going to go away. So I think we're just going to have to refresh every single game. And eventually, this is actually going to go to full screen. I just need to wait for my computer to catch up. That's all. That's all we got to do. There it is. Beautiful. See? All we have to do is just wait a couple seconds. And everything gets caught up. Anyways, Women Respecter, team games have been a very interesting way to experience Advance Wars by web. So let me ask you a question, folks. So, teams of 2 are interesting. What about teams of 3? 3v3s. How would a 3v3 work? I think it would be even more catastrophic. I remember I did play a 3v3 one time, and it was like somewhat, I think it was live, but I was teamed with Fluffy and somebody else. We were fighting, like, I think we were fighting New Plane and like 2 other guys. Can't remember specifically, but that was a pretty chaotic game. And I lost comms halfway through the game, and I had to just start guessing what my allies were doing, but apparently we won, so that was cool. Yeah, they would probably be worse, but they would be pretty funny, though. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'd have a good time. I'd have a good time doing it. I'd just yeet medium tanks the entire game, and then blame the internet when I lose. That's about it. That's all you gotta do, folks. Just gotta yeet your infantry and blame the internet. Anyways, we're gonna be switching H2O, I think, because, yeah, these guys are that way, these guys are this way, so everybody's facing the right direction now. And that's the most important thing, folks. We've got to be facing the right direction. All right. So basically, everybody is going to be going with this recon build, but Valdudu has decided to bust out the artillery early, and so is H2O. They're both going for the early artillery, and this is a spicy move. Very spicy move. And also, we got the dual Kindle and the Kindle Max combination again. But Valdudu right here is going for the attack from the what do you call that? I don't know what that is. And blocking or capturing the city. So this is probably gonna force H2O. I would assume H2O would want his property, you know, or want his partner's property, because that's gonna affect some tank orders here. Yeah. I think that's oh, he doesn't. Surprising. Actually, kind of surprising. I don't know. You know what? You're going to get them both anyways, I suppose. So, yeah, do the damage to the artillery. But, yeah, like, Andy, like, what are you even doing? Got no idea what those things are. All right, day 4. Boom. All right, we got the tank. Tanks are on the move now. This is the curious move right here, because Valdudu, like I said, he's got the choice. He's got a choice of 3 things now, which is even more dangerous. You know, what's he going to do? Is he going to allow both of the cities to go through and attack the artillery, or he's going to stop this city? He's going to slow down the capture of the city. Makes sense. It does make sense in this situation. Oh my god, 80%. Just fat 80% all over this battlefield, folks. It's too much damage. Absolutely too much damage. Alright, comm towers being acquired over here. Recon has made its way to the middle of the map. Now it is day 5. Got the comm tower being captured. Tanks moving in. Momo is already advancing with 2 tanks into the corner here. H2O has got... He's going to have 15,500 funds next turn. So he's going to be able to buy a tank and start defending the southern corner. But he could actually... He could buy a battlecopter. You know, at this point, he could buy a battlecopter down south, and that would stop the tank approach, like, almost, well, not indefinitely, but stop it for a while, at least. Very curious to see what he's going to do here. Is he going to go for the... Yeah, he goes for the battlecopter, folks. You know what? Who wants to fight 2 tanks with 1 tank? You know, nobody wants to play that game. You bust out the battlecopter, folks, out of whatever that property is. Gotta get the battlecopters, man. You know what? Rivals. It was a heck of a battle, folks. For those of you that completed Rivals in the original cartridge, you know, props to you. Definitely it was a uphill battle indeed. The use of missiles was very good on that fight. I will tell you that much. Hello, Barry. Welcome to the stream. We are doing the Val Doo-Doo battle right now. Getting all sorts of doo-doo up in here. Recon has been assaulted, folks. 7% damage to a recon. And got a nice interrupt. 7 to something trade over there. And then it is now H2O's turn. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to go and try to capture that property in the middle. But that one can be interrupted, folks. Val Doo-Doo, he's got the interrupt. He's got it locked in his sights. He's going to be able to get that interrupt. Probably going to go for the interrupt. Without a doubt. But this guy right here, that's going through. Nothing can stop it right now. That's going to put Val Doo-Doo at a nice chunk of money, actually. It's going to put him at like 16.5, I think. This is... Oh, this is going to... Possible. 5. That's not going to go through. It's not. It won't. It won't go through. But either way, Val Doo-Doo is going to have a lot of money. It's going to have a lot of money, folks. But H2O, he's primed and ready to have some cash here, too. Paratool, though. You know, he's kind of lacking in the cash right now, but I mean, he's not lacking in comm towers. I'll tell you that much. He's got 2 comm towers right now, folks. This man's got 140% firepower, and he's going to be spreading that damage all over the battlefield, as you can see here, folks. One of those tanks has been taken down all the way to 1 HP, and then a snipe of an attack over here, moving all the way up, striking down Val Doo-Doo's tank. Got it all the way down to 3, but he is going to be dealing with the Blight, folks. The Blight from Val Doo-Doo coming in next turn. 5 HP artillery on a city. That is going to hurt. That is absolutely going to smack that flipping tank into oblivion. Without a doubt, I think that tank is doomed. It's absolutely doomed. But Momo, he's sitting at 15,000 money, and he's retreating, folks. He cannot deal with what is in front of him right now. Not without Val Doo-Doo's anti-air support. Once the anti-air gets in position, then maybe Momo can actually go in and do some damage here, folks. But this is the big hit. This is the hit that I want to see, because 5 HP artillery on a city. Wow. That is a hefty chunk of damage, folks. Hefty chunk of damage. Have you ever seen a 5 HP artillery hit something so hard? I haven't. Folks. Actually, no, I have. Yes, I have, actually, now that I think about it. But it was still pretty good. It was a pretty good hit, folks. Pretty good hit indeed. All right, it is now day 8, H2O. What are we going to be doing here, H2O? We're going to be... Oh, interesting. Oh, I must have got the turn order wrong here. So he actually, Val Doo-Doo got the attack here, which is quite nice, because that means he gets the airport. Ooh. That's nice. H2O's got to get out of the corner, though, folks. Like, this is one thing that really has to happen here, is he needs to get out of the corner. If he doesn't get out of the corner, these guys are not going to be able to help the battlefield. They're not going to be effective helpers in the battle if they don't get out of this corner. Like, Momo right now with these 2 tanks has done an excellent job in zoning in H2O's forces over here, you know? Doing a fantastic job. But Paratool, he's doing basically the same thing, you know? He's zoning in Val Doo-Doo, but Val Doo-Doo's got very little support up in the north now, so... if he doesn't get some support up there very, very soon, he's going to be having himself a pretty significant problem. And that problem is probably going to involve a max force to the face up in the corner. Especially if he doesn't have the money to buy the classiest unit advances by web in order to hold the base. That can be a very dangerous situation indeed. But with the amount of units that he's got in the center of the map here... No! Folks, gotta stop. You gotta stop with these soiled abominations. There's too many of them on this battlefield. One is too many already. Anyways, that's honestly, that is a very strong buy. It is a strong buy, and it's probably going to hold that corner like indefinitely because with 15,000 income, you don't really have enough money to really buy an effective counter. And with this Soiled Abomination coming in from over here, and this army coming in over here, the two base in the center might have themselves a little bit of a problem here. Not gonna lie to you, folks, it is getting absolutely smelly over here, and the stench might overwhelm H2O and Paratool. But we shall see if they can hold off long enough here. Got a battlecopter coming north, so that's not too bad. We'll be able to do some damage here. Is it going to be enough, though? Is it going to be enough to stop him? I don't know. I don't know, folks. Momo's going down capping some properties down south, though. His 13,500 funds is definitely going to be increasing here very soon. The amount of pressure that Momo is putting down south, too, without even doing anything is crazy because he's capping the properties. I swear, these two tanks right here and here, these guys have been holding off the entire army over here. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. And then the Soiled Abomination is coming up doing some damage, double tapping those guys, buying the anti-air to prevent the battlecopter from being the hero that we deserve. Ah, no. No! I think H2O really needs to go in and start doing some stuff here. Need to go in and get some damage. Get some damage done. That's what we need. Anyways, it is incredibly difficult to go up and do that damage. I'm not gonna lie to you, folks. I think maybe if H2O can... If he can find a way to hit the anti-air, then he just needs to go in with his tanks and just, like, obliterate them. Let's go in, obliterate them, start the brawl, get it done, get it over with, rip the band-aid off, and then buy a flipping Soiled Abomination. Oh my god. Actually, you know what? The fact that Paratool is able to buy a Soiled Abomination with only 12,000 income per turn, that's something, you know? It's something. I will tell him this. It's something. Hello, Marco Mavs. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, indeed. It is something. You know what? Buying the Soiled Abomination with such limited income, it's interesting, I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much, folks. I wouldn't do it, though. I wouldn't do it. Buy the classy unit. Buy a classy boy. Buy a bomber. I don't know. It depends. Maybe if money. Well, actually, I think they're... I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how much soap I have on hand. Alright. H2O is not pushing out of the corner. But he is... he does have a pretty large chunk of units down here. You know, the chunk is looking good. It's got a nice chunk going. Although I would be very weary about destroying this pipe seam, because if he destroys the pipe seam, that does allow for Momo to come in and attack his battlecopter. So it's kind of dangerous to do that. And plus, this is a extra defensive line too. Without that line, you are allowing for an extra area of attack. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's getting. I don't know if I would bust open that pipe seam. It's pretty dangerous. It's pretty dangerous to bust open that pipe seam. It's now day 11. Battlecopter getting a little strikey poo on the Soiled Abomination. Only doing 30% damage though. Very unfortunate, but you know what? Rome was not built in a day, and it probably was not taken out in a day either. You know, you gotta wear and tear those guys down. This is nice though, because it looks like there is actually no counter to these guys. The battlecopters just moved in and they just did that damage. They did the damage for free, folks. Well, not for free. They both took 2 damage, but I mean, essentially, no counter damage though, you know? It's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad indeed. Ooh, you know what? There is some damage that can be done here. How much damage though? Because we might have a blight soon. And getting a blight would be really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, we can't get a 3-pronged attack. If we were able to get a 3-pronged attack on this Soiled Abomination, using the Blight, attacking from the city, and then a double attack with a tank would probably take it down to at least 4. Would sacrifice some hit points on the units, but you know what? Sometimes it's what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta just soap them. You gotta hit them with the soap, folks. Momo is using mosquito-flavored soap. You're darn flipping tootin' he is, Chevy. Oh my god. Mosquito-flavored soap. Tastes like blood and annoyance. That's what it is. Flipping mosquitoes. I don't know, folks. You know what? I'm sure that you've all dealt with the sensation of trying to sleep in the summertime and then having a mosquito in your room. Not a lot of mosquitoes, just one mosquito, and it's always just hovering right around your ear, and you're just hearing zzzz. And it's like every single time you go and swat at it, it's just you can't hit it, and then you miss it, and then it comes back 2 minutes later, and it's right by your ear, and then it lands on your ear, and it sticks its little flipping tendril in your ear and starts sucking out the blood, and then you go to swat it, you miss it, and then your ear's itchy for the rest of the night. That is what flipping mosquito flavored soap is, folks. It's that sensation. And maybe it's enough to destroy the Soiled Abomination. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, Paratool base locks himself with the Soiled Abomination to get the heals on it, which is not necessarily a terrible move. I don't, like I said, I don't think it's a bad move. It's actually not a bad move because Valdudu doesn't have a Blight. I don't think Momo has a Blight. Does Momo have a Blight? Ooh, Momo does have a Blight. That's fair. That is fine. This is looking good. That's going to force the Soiled Abomination to run away. Unless it sits on the city. No, it can't sit on the city because... Ooh. It's looking good. It's looking good, folks. I think somebody might be able to destroy something here. But either way, something needs to be destroyed right now. Because I'm having a bad time. Having a bad time with this, folks. Absolutely disgusting behavior. Anyways, Paratool. He's getting 2 of his properties stolen right now. That's dangerous. That's not what we want to do. We don't want that to happen. It's day 13, folks. We can't be having... We're having a comm tower stolen, folks. Oh, my God. Valdudu. Valdudu is going for the comm tower steal. This man's sitting at 24 units as well, folks. 24 for H2O. H2O resigns, folks. Paratool is probably going to resign, too. The winners of this battle is Valdudu and Momo. What a battle. What a battle between these two. You know what? I think this wasn't looking too bad. It wasn't looking like terrible. But I think one of the things here is Momo had such good zoning. Like these 2 tanks here, these 2 tanks didn't attack anything this entire game, but they were probably 2 of the most vital tanks in the entire game because they zoned out H2O, I think. Or was it No, they zoned out H2O in that corner the entire game. That army could not be joined up with the rest of the armies. Beautiful. Beautiful gameplay. Well played. Well played indeed. Congratulations on moving on to the next round. We are going to be getting on to the next game here. Yeah, 2 tanks just threatening. That's all it was. It was the threat of violence, not the violence itself, that won the game. Well, I mean, it was actually the violence itself too. Like there was tons of violence that happened all over the battle, but yeah, that was good. That was good. It was good indeed. All right, folks, I need to stand up. I need to stand up and I need to stretch for just a quick moment. Like I said, terrible neck plane. Got to do it. So I will be right back. This is going to be a short one. Just a short little BRB. All right. All right. We're back. We're back, folks. Oh, God. I'm telling you, folks, never get old. Don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Anyways. This should be fun. We got two of the guys right here in the chat. Mr. Women Respecter, Mr. Luigisley. Look, March me, it's Luigisley. Yeah. Know what? My daughter is a huge flippin' Mario fan. She loves everything Mario. So she would probably love the name Luigisley. She'd be like, it's Luigi's cousin or something. It's Luigi's cousin, Dad. Dad, it's Luigi's cousin. All right. Women Respecter and Luigisley versus Gus. 3-8. 8-3. And Mine Commander. Oh, and I got the hiccups. The legendary Mine Commander himself, folks. Everybody knows who Mine Commander is for the most part. If you don't, well, you know, it just is what it is. But very active guy on the official Advanced by Web Discord. And he's playing Nell. He's got the Nell Doro on the field here, folks. And Women Respecter also busting out the Nell Doro. Absolutely based Nell picks. Well, this one isn't Nell Doro. This is just Nell. That's a Nell Doro. This is a Nell. This is a Max. Max likes Nell, but Nell doesn't like Max. Kindle hates everybody except for herself. And maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe she's got like love for Jugger, but like as a pet or something like that. She probably just doesn't like Cole. Cole's just like massive simp. Nobody likes that. Old simpy Cole, just simping all over the place. Alrighty, folks. Standard infantry builds. Because you gotta get them on the field, folks. It is the #1 priority in Advance Wars by Web. Anyways, I'm sorry, Luigisley, but I'm gonna change your color though. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's just the fact that I can't actually really see this color all that much. So I'm gonna change you to a different color. You're going to be Acid Rain. Yes. Yes! That's what's gonna happen. You want to be orange? Oh, fine. Blech. There you go. Alright, Team Orange, or Team Red versus Team Blue. It's red versus blue, folks. Get the flippin' the energy blades, or whatever they're called, out, because we're going to be slashing up this battlefield. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Alright, who's this guy? Who's this guy? They're looking the wrong way. This guy's looking the wrong way. This guy's got to be looking this way. And then these guys, they're looking the other way. Look the right way here, folks. Yeah, we can't be doing that. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. Oh, I don't know names, the amber colors. Orange. Oh, that orange. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess that is orange. Orange, amber, amber, orange. I was thinking orange star. Everybody is busting out the recon, folks. It's like the recon is the most important thing to buy in this entire battle. But in all reality, the recon is probably the strongest thing that you can buy on, like, day 3 here. I mean, it's just, you get too much value out of it. It does too much threat. And it's just, it's very, very spooky. Very spooky. But interesting play from Gus. Interesting play from the Penguin Lord over here. Mr. Gus, a 3-8-8-3. He does not send his recon over to the other side of the battlefield. He sends it to the upper portion of the battlefield, which is the middle of the battlefield. But why? Why do we do such things? This is the question that everybody is going to be asking themselves here. We are going to be sitting up in our beds late at night pondering why we are sending the recon to the middle. I don't know. Perhaps he has some sort of a plan. Or perhaps he is just full-on yeeting. We don't know for sure, but it would appear that Luigisley and Women Respecter have managed to do a double interrupt on the properties. And now the recon is also threatening the artilleries up in the corner. What is Mine Commander going to do in the face of such horrific terror? I don't know. I don't know, folks. Gus stole your penguins. You were sad. Yeah, that happens sometimes. You know what? That's why I play Acid Rain, because nobody ever plays Acid Rain except for like P-Dog. Only P-Dog plays Acid Rain. That's it. All right. Joining the infantry together and going for this capture. This is sitting at... What is this sitting at? Wait, 4. It should be sitting at 6. That's going to interrupt again. That'll stop it. Ooh, that'll be a nice little stop. But it does not appear like Women Respecter is down here capping the properties yet. It's not on his priority list right now. And the recon from Gus that did go north is now going down south. Recon U-turn indeed, folks. He is I don't know. He's going drifting. Tokyo drifting, folks. He's playing flipping initial D on hard mode down here, folks. He's not going to be getting his licenses. You know, it's a bad time. It's a bad time indeed. All right. Excuse me. Let's see if it works out for him, though, because now he's facing down 2 tanks, which is kind of dangerous. You know, it's on the list of top 5 most dangerous things in Advanced by Web right now. That is a curious move from Gus, though. Is it a curious move? I don't know. It depends. What's the role for Kindle? Oh wait, no, it's not Kindle, it's Nell. It's Nellio. And there's the chance, folks. There is a chance that this could be destroyed, and if it is destroyed, that'll allow Luigisly to move in with the tank and strike down this tank in epic fury. But will it occur? Will the luck rolls be here, folks? I don't know, but we shall find out very, very soon. Also, it depends on if Women Respecter actually wants to go in for a move like that. You know, some people might not want to be going in for moves like that. Some people do want to go in for moves like that. You know what? It just depends. It depends on how feisty you're feeling. Like these battle copters entering this battlefield. Ah, he doesn't get the roll. He doesn't get the roll. He went for the roll, though. You know what? We got to respect him. We gotta respect him, folks. We gotta go gambling. If you're playing as Nell and you're not gambling, then you're not playing Nell. You know what? You gotta be gambling 24/7. You gotta be rolling the dice, playing the slots, rigging the lottery so that you win. That's what you gotta do. Gotta do it, folks. Anyways, beautiful stuff. Now, if he had a comm tower, that probably would have worked. But unfortunately, it was kind of a, I think it was like, what? It was like 85 to, or 80, yeah, 85 to like 105, or like 86 to 105, something like that. So that's like only like maybe a 75% chance of failure. 25% chance of success, something like that. Yep. Not very high odds, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay, folks. Because you know what? Money. That's what it's all about. It's all about that money. Straight making that money. Boom. Oh, we got a fatty arty hit over here. Kind of a questionable hit, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm going in for that move right there. I mean, yeah, he does some damage to the artillery. He's going to be eating a tank hit. Then he's going to be eating a flipping Luigisly tank hit. That's 2 tank hits. That's sacrificing the tank for 5 HP of damage on the artillery. And Women Respecter goes first. He's going to be able to easily move that artillery out of the way. Yeah, just one little click, and then boom. It's done. It's done, and it's out of here. Anti-air is going to be able to move in position as well to safeguard the tank, as the tank from Luigisly strikes down the other Cobalt Ice tank. Like, this man is going to be out for blood. He's going to be out for pure violence. He can smell it in the air like a flipping shark. He's got 2 comm towers, folks. Oh, my God. 2 comm towers, a shark damage right there. Flipping Sharknado. Even attacking a mech on a mountain. This man's got no fear. He's got absolutely no fear. He's just going for it, folks. He sacrifices the recon because that's what you do, folks. You sacrifice recons to do 1 damage to infantry. If you're not doing that, then you're not gaming. And we all know that you got to be gaming. Got to be gaming over here. Hello, Julio Xbox. Absolutely oh, there's some flipping carnage incoming here, Julio. There's gonna be nothing but carnage. Non-stop action-packed carnage 24/7 as Mind Commander takes control of this battlefield. He moves the anti-air in position, goes in for the luck rolls and manages to get one of them, joins the artillery together, and he goes in for a double tap. Doesn't succeed in the double tap, builds another recon. Very interesting recon buy. Does have enough money left over for a tank though, so doesn't buy a tank, buys an anti-air. You know why? Because they destroy mosquitoes. An anti-air is basically just a very enlarged mosquito swatter with that shoots bullets. That's it. That's all it is, folks. It's like a bullet shooting mosquito swatter. Gaming is the number 4 priority in Advances by Web Beasley. That is entirely true. Because if you're not gaming, then you're not gaming. Just straight up. Straight up, and that's all it is. Oh my god, these flipping luck rolls from the women respect. This man respects women so hard that he just blows just blows up these guys. Absolutely no regard. No regard, folks. Pure destruction. That's what respecting women will get you. It'll get you fat luck rolls. That's all you need, folks. You know what? You respect women and your luck rolls go up by like 20%. That's all you need. That's all you need, folks. Power of feminism. All right. Gust activates the Blight. The Blight has been spread upon this battlefield, doing a pretty significant amount of damage. You know what? What's that? That hits like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, maybe 8 units, something like that. It's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. You know what? Not too shabby. Recon does not get the luck roll because he did not pray to Nell. And this is what you get. This is what you get for not praying to Nell, folks. Sometimes you just got to pray to Nell and you'll have yourself a great time. But if you don't, then you don't get the rolls. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. Well, when you're sitting in bed waiting to go to sleep, just to make sure to say a little prayer to Nell for the luck rolls, and then your next roll will be max in Advances by Web. 100% factual statements. All right. Boom. Oh, interesting. So Women Respecter is going for the destruction of the pipe seam so that he can destroy the artillery so that he can capture the airport and bust out a bomber. That's definitely what this man's plan is, without a doubt. Let's see it occur. Let's see it unfold before our eyes. Oh, fat infantry hit over here. It's a good spot for that tank, though. You know what? I'm not lying. It's a good spot sitting on a city. Sitting pretty on a city, folks. That's where you want to be. And with the fact that the Blight has actually just been popped, you don't have to deal with another Blight for a little while. So, you know what? Luigi Sleep, Women Respected, they can sit on the city, no problem. For at least a little while, you know what? For at least a little while, they can sit on that city. Alright. Generally, though, this game is fairly even, you know? It's fairly even. I'd say Luigi Sleep and Women Respecter are doing a little bit better overall because they have a little bit more unit count here. But Gus is going to be able to buy some units next turn, so that's going to even out a little bit. But in general, map control definitely goes to the Women Respecter and Luigi Sleep right now. Like, they're just sitting pretty all over this battle. All right, Gus is going for a property. I don't know if that's... it's not going to go through, but if they decide to go in for the interrupt, they're going to be eating a couple hits here. Mind Commander is getting dangerously close to some co-powerage over here. Hard to see the difference of those two red armies. Yeah, it is. You know what? We'll just do this then. Boom. It'll be Amber. But if it's going to be Amber, then we need to do that. All right, there we go. All right, for those of you just tuning in, we have changed the armies. And that's just the way it is, folks. It's the way it is. Do not confuse yourself. This is not a different game. This is just the exact same game. Anyways, this game is actually also over because Mind Commander has decided to resign. He's resigned the game because they just... I don't think that they could win. I don't think they could win at this point. But Gus? Oh, wait. Interesting. Did Gus give up? Yeah, he gave up. All right. So, unfortunately, this game is over before we even get to see any fat luck rolls, which is kind of unfortunate. But, oh, he timed out. Mine Commander, what are you doing? You're sitting in Discord, chatting it up all day, and you can't take your turns in Advance Wars by web. What are you even doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, my friend? Anyways, wonderful game between these two teams. Fantastic. Women Respector and Luigi Slade played fantastic this game. Full aggro, doing what needs to be done. Beautiful stuff, folks. Absolutely beautiful stuff. The next game we have is AB Cheese and Thomas Alexander versus Banjoey and Christian. One. For those of you that don't know, Christian, I believe, has actually launched a YouTube channel and streams on Twitch. I think both of those things is actually something that he's done. So I'd probably advise you guys to go into the official Advanced Wars by Web Discord and go and find some of his videos because it's very cool stuff. But I also think that he links it on his profile here. So yes, go check him out and give him a sub. And if he builds any Neo tanks, make sure to tell him that he's smelly. Anyways, we're going to be getting into this battle here because AB Cheese has busted out the Neldoro as well, folks. Banjoey going with the Kindle. Christian and Thomas Alexander going with the max picks. Beautiful. Can I join the game? No. These are actually tournament games that are already going on. So these are all over. And the tournament is closed for now. So you can't actually join. But maybe one day we are going to be doing some kind of a live free-for-all stream. I think that would be pretty fun. You know what? Now that I have some people in the chat here, you know what? Let me ask you a question, folks. If I was to host live free-for-all battles on stream, would people show up and do the battles on stream? That is the big question, because whenever you're dealing with large battles like this, especially when it's like 4 people, the battles can usually take anywhere from like 2 to almost 3 hours. So that's like, it's a long time for people to sit there and click on a screen. But you know what? I'm not opposed to doing it. You know, I have hosted one in the past. It was the King of the Hill battles. They're very nice, very fun times. So maybe I'll do them again. I think maybe we'll do it again sometime, especially in the summer, because I'm off work in the summer, you know. I don't work in the summer, so I have more time to do things that aren't work, like stream Advanced Wars by Web and sleep. Although when you have a toddler, you don't really sleep that much. I'm telling you, folks, it's a rough time. Anyways, we're also going to be having a rough time in this battle because we have to deal with luck rolls, blights, and max shenanigans, folks. That is what we are going to be dealing with here. Let's see it all unfold before our eyes. We got this standard recon build, but ooh, ain't this just interesting? So somebody here, somebody is not like the other. One of these things is not like the other, folks. Everybody so far has busted out the recon. Everybody has busted out the recon, but Christian, no. Christian has decided to bust out a tank instead of a recon. This man is a trendsetter over here. He doesn't follow the trends of the average folk. No. He carves his own path like one carves ice sculptures out of Arctic waters. Pure and clean. That is what this man is. Pure, clean, and a trendsetter. Unless he builds a Neo tank. Then we're going to not call him clean. But anyways, we'll see what happens. We shall see what occurs. I'm up for watching as much as possible. Busy schedule permitting. But I haven't dived into playing yet. Beyond the old Game Boy cartridge and my reboot camp. Really? You haven't played Advance Wars by Web? Well, you should. You know what? You can play asynchronous games. And if you play in the Global League, you have 7 days to take your turn. And your opponent also has 7 days to take their turn. So in total, you could only possibly, at maximum time, take 1 turn every 2 weeks. You know what? Could be a time. Could be a time. But if you play Live League, you know what? You have to... It's usually about an hour to 2 hours maximum to get a game done. But yeah, fun time. I would 10 on 10 truly recommend busting out some fat games. All right, Christian, what is he gonna do with this tank? Wait, hold the flippity phone. But Joan, did Mr. Banjoey just base skip for a tank? He did base skip for a tank. What a fella. What a fella over here, just base skipping for a tank. Interesting. Ooh. That's some spicy stuff. Honestly, it's a spicy play. Let's see if it plays out, or let's see if it actually works for him. Because, yeah, base skipping for a tank this early, it's pretty dangerous. It is pretty dangerous, but we'll see. This will stop the recon shenanigans, though. Wow. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Banjoey is actually a very good player. He's an incredibly good player. This man's like a 1400 rated player at least. I fought him in the Live League a couple times. At least one time that I can remember. I think I have fought him like more than one time, but one time particularly that I can remember when I fought Banjoey, he beat me. But he did teach me a valuable lesson on one of the maps that we played, and I haven't lost on that map since then. Now, if I ended up playing somebody that was equally as strong as Banjoey, or possibly stronger than Banjoey, I probably would still lose. But anybody else, I've been able to beat them. All thanks to the valuable lessons that Mr. Banjoey has taught me over the years. What a nice fella he is, you know? What a nice fella indeed. But you know what? He's not a nice fella to recons. He absolutely does not like recons. He's going to be striking them down every single possible chance that he has. But Christian, though, it looks like Christian. It's possible that Christian might be going for a similar strategy as one of the previous teams with the double tank zonage. Like, if this works out for him, it could potentially be just as devastating as it was before. But AB Cheese, they could potentially just not care and move in with their tank and just like destroy them. I don't know. It could be possible. Could be possible. Let's see. Let's see it happen. See what occurs. Ooh, big tank. Big artillery hit. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Ooh, join cap. So join capping is kind of interesting here. So, it's actually, I don't think it actually gets you the properties, which is kind of unfortunate because this did 60% damage to this. So this is sitting at, oh, is it sitting at 2? Oh, it's sitting at 2. Okay, never mind. All right. No, join cap, perfect. That's exactly what you do. That's exactly what you do in this situation, folks. You just join cap. Join cap, get it. He's going to get it, folks. It's beautiful. Well played. Well played indeed. Banjoey busting out the tank chain out of the south. And then Mr. Christian is going for the double comm towers, folks. He's going to have that fat firepower bonus here very soon. Using the tanks for zonage. Hasn't quite gotten the tanks out far enough to zone out. AB Cheese is doing a very good job at preventing the zone out here, though. He's got the tanks spread out very far. As long as he doesn't give up any terrain, he should prevent the zone out from actually occurring here. But, you know, it's easier said than done as every single one of these units just start moving around. Thomas Alexander fails the luck roll. He did not pray to Nell, folks. He did not do it. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that that is not actually even possible. I'm pretty sure that this roll actually doesn't work. Let's see. Yeah, it was a doomed roll from the start, folks. You know, it was never meant to be. It was never meant to be. But with the combo hit here, yeah, that is actually not too bad. Takes it down to 6 though, so there is some potential of still being able to get that property. So we'll see. Ooh, ABC Cheese. AB Cheese has actually full prevented the zone out now. He's got 4 tanks in position. Christian needs to bust up more tanks. If he gets a few more tanks over there, then yeah, it's possible that he can stop it. Or still have it happen, but yeah, he's losing some territory right now. Definitely losing some territory, but he's got the firepower bonus. He's got so much firepower right now. It's insane. Insane amounts of firepower. But this actually opens up a double. Oh, no, it doesn't. There's only 2. 2 hits are available, so yeah, no. AB Cheese, I don't think he wants to go in for that. Banjo has busted out the battlecopter down south, though, so that's very nice. That forces the buy from Thomas Alexander to bust out the anti-air. And that has to go south. He's got absolutely no other area to go. But is AB Cheese, is he going to be feisty and go in for these attacks and start the brawl? Or is he just going to continue to sit on the sidelines over here? He's moving up. He's gaining more territory, folks. And he's got the battlecopter. Ooh, yeah. But every single day that he waits, though, Christian gets more units in position. Oh, Banjo is going in. Banjo goes in for the attacks. That's kind of a risky attack. You know what? I don't know about that one. That's a risky one. I mean, I guess it's not that risky, but he gets does he even get these for, no, he doesn't get these for free because there's a double here, but once the anti-air comes down, it's basically going to be like a 1 for... Yeah, it's going to be like a 1 for 2 trade. That's not necessarily... No, I don't think that's worth it. It's not worth it for Thomas Alexander to go in and attack that. I think he's just going to... He's probably going to sit back. He's probably going to pull back. He's going to pull back. There's no way he's going to go for it, folks. Yeah, he doesn't go for it. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Wait till you got more tanks on the field. Get a better position. Don't throw away 2 tanks just to destroy 1. That's just not good. Not good. Don't do it. Is that in range of this battlecopter? Okay, so now Thomas Alexander is actually timed out. He's timed out or resigned. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Or did he? Did he time out or resign? He moves here. Yeah, he timed out or resigned. What is happening here? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Okay, so that happens. What just happened? I'm so confused. Did he time out or did he not time out? What is going on? The game was restored? Okay. Weird. Anyways, I've never seen that happen. I've never actually seen a game get restored like that. Very weird. Anyways, didn't really help him in this situation because his units just got completely obliterated over there. Banjo just walked up and just took out all those tanks. So, yeah, a little bit spooky. A little bit spooky, folks. Christian moves in. Thomas Alexander. After losing those tanks, though, I don't... Oh, well, that's... Steelers should have restored it mid-game. Alright, well, that was very confusing. But anyways, okay. So this is what we've been waiting for, folks. This is the thing that we're waiting for. We're waiting for the luck rolls. This is what we really want. It's just the normal power, though, so it's not going to be insane luck rolls, but it's luck, and we love luck. We love luck around here. Are we going to get any good luck, though? Alright, 30%. That's okay. Takes it out. Alright, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. You know what? That's all we needed. All we needed was just a little bit of luck. Anyways, having the game restored like mid-game like that, though, is very confusing and very odd. Because I feel like I don't know. I'm not really going to worry about it too much. But anyways. Very odd. Very odd indeed. I feel like maybe... I don't know. Thomas probably should have pulled back those units a little bit. I think losing all those units was not like necessarily the best thing, but at the same time, you know, at the same time, his position now is not necessarily too bad. Like, he lost a couple units, but like the zoning is actually starting to work out here because Thomas Alexander, he's coming in from over here. The zoning line is over here. Like, Banjoy can't really push up here without this army coming in here. And these guys can actually gain territory over here. As long as the anti-air stays alive, they can gain territory. Over here, though, that's a fat chunk. That is a fat chunk of units. Let's see where they decide to go. AB Cheese does not push in to attack the fat chunk. Pulls back, refortifies the line. Christian, though, he's got like a huge chunk. Look at this huge chunk over here. That's going to be pushing in over here pretty hard. But can it, though? I don't know. They're going to be trying to steal some properties, though. That's one thing Christian would really like right now is definitely a couple properties. If he doesn't get properties, he's not going to be able to buy the big tanks. That's what Max wants. Max wants big, flipping tanks. That's what he needs. Oh, gets the effective 2-hit KO and is going to be stealing a property, folks. He's going in for it. Beautiful. All right, Thomas Alexander takes out a tank, moves in, and then resigns. That's probably an actual resign, right? All right, there we go, folks. We got the resign. Different day, same result. Banjoy Christian wins the game. Definitely that timeout day was really, really tough for Alexander because he lost a lot of units that turn. But other than that, you know, essentially they both played very well. Didn't really get the luck rolls that we were hoping for from the Nell, but in general, not too bad. Well played to Banjoy and Christian. Moving on to another round. And we have 3 games left in the bunch here, folks. It is going to get absolutely savage. Absolutely savage here. Let's see it happen. Yeah, this is the MWB and Steeler game versus Spork and the Funky Onion. And oh my god, folks, the Funky Onion. He has busted out the juggler. He's on the field. And Spork busting out Cole. Like, are these guys even taking this seriously? No, they're not. They're just super cool people. And they play whoever they want. The Bolt Guard is here. Let's see if they can take out the Steeler and the MWB. Got full tactical Bolt Guard action over here. But yeah, it seems like the Max and the Kindle pick, you know, it seems like they are definitely the most popular of the picks. Without a doubt. And like I said, this recon, man, this recon is a popular strategy. There's really only there's only been 2 teams that have not done the exact same recon move. Maybe 3 later on. I don't know. I don't know, folks. We'll find out. We'll find out later. All right, got some tanks on the field. Now, it is Steeler's turn. Steeler has been a little bit bullied up north. I'm not going to lie. Definitely got some tactical bullying action over here, folks. They went full bully mode, assaulting both of the infantry. But now, Steeler, you know, he's going to be able to do a little bit of counter damage here. Takes a big shot on the artillery. And then moves in to protect the artillery from this dreaded recon. The dreaded recon that can move in and do all the damage in the world. It's not what we want to be having happening to our good friends. Not at all. MWB with their recon here too. This is kind of a interesting little scenario. So Steeler and MWB, they have a choice. They can fully destroy an infantry, or they can destroy the artillery. with this combo attack here. So I wonder which one they're actually going to choose. Are they the type of people to save themselves income for a short while, or are they the kind of people to destroy an artillery? It's actually very important information, and we do need to know this very soon. And we're also going to change Spork. I just noticed that Spork is kind of a similar color here. So we are going to change Spork to the Umber Wilds. Yes, that is what we are going to do. And everybody's facing the same direction, and we can't have that. We can't have that around these parts here, folks. All right, there we go. I think this will be a little bit easier to see. In general, folks, be a little bit easier. All right. Funky Onion. Ooh, the Funky Onion is actually in a very nice position right now to begin that zoning that we've been talking about, folks. The zoning could potentially happen here, without a doubt. So let's see if he manages to get the full zone, because right now, Steeler, he's fighting a battle here, folks. He's fighting to get that comm tower, or not the comm tower. He's fighting to get the airport. He's busted out the tank, but Funky Onion, he's going to be able to acquire some territory here. But the problem is he's fighting Kindle, you know? It's tough to gain that territory or occupy the terrain when you're fighting Kindle, because you can't occupy the cities for a long term. You can occupy them for a little while, but just not like a long while. But you know what? Spork, Mr. Cole, he decides to go in for the double interrupt in the center, stopping the captures from going through. Ooh, the artillery placement. Very nice. Very nice. In the middle of this field, folks, he busts out the artillery, sits it to get the nice little attack here. Destroy this right there. Is Poopy Pants in the tournament? Is that who you're talking about? Poppy Pants? Poppy Aunts? Poppy Ants? You know, I don't know who that is necessarily, but I know Poopy Pants. Actually, we're gonna be next lively game of the day, folks. It's gonna be featuring a guy named Poopy Pants 69. I'm just gonna spoil it right now. Poopy Pants 69 is making his appearance on a lively game of the day. It's gonna be absolutely wonderful. But I don't know who that other player is, so not sure. Anyways, day 6 is upon us, folks. Let's see these big tank hits. Fatty tank hits over here from the MWB. Sounds like it could be a broadcasting like corporation or something, you know? MWB. Midwestern Brawl. That's what it is, folks. MWB just stands for Midwestern Brawl now. That's all it is. Oh my god! Spork. He's got the classiest unit advances by Web on the field, folks. Classy medium tank has been acquired, and it is now ready to push forward, causing maximum flipping carnage. Let's see it happen. And oh my god, Funky Onion actually just capped a whole lot of properties. Sitting at 16,500 now, folks. This man's a full-on greed mode getting that money. Let's see it. Oh, but MWB and Steeler are making a big play down south, but without the use of their own classy medium tank, I don't know if they can destroy this medium tank. Spork, it's too strong. It's too strong, folks. Yeah, Poopy Pants 69. I don't think he is in this tournament, but he is making an appearance on Lively Game of the Day. What a fella, folks. What a fella. Alright, medium tank making its way to the front lines over here, backed up by a mech. Based mech buys, folks. That's what it's all about. It's all about getting the based mechs on the field. Alright, Funky Onion's got nice zoning. He's got good zoning here, but MWB coming in hard with that anti-air, but still no counter to the medium tank. Maybe when Steeler moves in with the artillery, that will stop the medium tank to a degree here. Oh, the base. The airport has been locked, folks. It's getting dangerous. It's getting absolutely dangerous up in here. Alright. So Steeler is locked in his corner, but so is Spork. Spork is locked over here too. Oh, doesn't get the, I wonder if he was going for... I think... No, he had the power already. So, kind of interesting. Alright, so he goes in to destroy the anti-air. Builds another battlecopter. That is actually a nice little play here from Spork. Not too bad. Not too bad from the Sporkster. There we go, folks. Alright. Funky Onion just occupying the terrain, folks. He's not going to be letting Steeler have any ground over here. This man, he's not in the position to just let Steeler gain ground. He wants to lock Steeler in the crying corner. Send him to the crying corner. Never let him escape. That's how you win this game, folks. Alright. Let's see what Steeler decides to do. Is he going to be able to get himself out of the crying corner, or is he going to be just locked in there forever? Never to be allowed to leave ever again. Alright, Artie. Got the Artie. The Artie party is beginning, folks. Funky Onion. The Jugger. Oh my god, this man's stealing properties. He's stealing properties, folks. Oh, and he's given up some ground. He's given up the lock of the corner to attack the middle. This could, I don't know, we'll see. This could be good. This could be very good, or could be very bad. I don't know. We'll see, because that does allow Steeler to push out and gain that ground, which can be incredibly dangerous. Oh, MWB. MWB, what are you doing? What are you doing, MWB? I think he was actually trying to sacrifice the infantry so that he can go in and attack. I think maybe that was his plan, but it didn't work out, though. You know what? Just, it did not work out. Is he close to a power? No, he's not even close to a power. Well, he is close to a power, but he's just not quite there yet. So, yeah. Ooh. I don't know. Maybe that was just to sap some money, though. You know? Maybe it was just to, like, to siphon a little bit of funds away from the Spork so that he's not able to buy anything, like, huge. That does steal 900 funds from him, so that's not too bad. It's not too bad at all, you know? Not too shabby. Well, let's see. Let's see what he does. Oh, yeah, Steeler. He's moving in. Steeler just gained territory here, folks. And he pops the Blight. He pops the Blight and he steals territory. That's dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. Spork just busting out the mechs, folks. He's busting out the big gorilla mechs. Buys a transport copter. Buys a transport copter. He's got a transport copter on the field. He's going to be transporting himself to victory here pretty soon. Alright, Funky Onion. You know what else we want to see in this game? We want to be seeing some Jugger Rolls. We got to get the Jugger Rolls going. Jugger Rolls. Oh, and he's just allowing the property to get taken by Steeler. He's allowing the property to get taken by Steeler. He's making a big play right now. He's making a big play to get those middle bases. I think he's relying on the Jugger Rolls, folks. I think that's what we're going for. We're going for Jugger Rolls in the center, because that bottom base is in a very dangerous spot. Isn't it? A highly dangerous spot. Highly volatile situation over here. Steeler is unable to buy another medium tank, though. So he's... Oh my god, he joins to buy a medium tank. I was just saying, folks. You know what? This Steeler guy. I'm just gonna say it. This guy's being pretty classy. He's being pretty classy right now. Busting out the classiest units. Spork resigns, and it would appear that probably Funky Onion is probably gonna resign too after this, but doesn't get the Jugger Rolls. We don't have any Jugger Rolls yet. Where's the Jugger Rolls, folks? We gotta be getting the Jugger Rolls. Oh, he's gonna be holding on, folks. Yeah, we are going for Jugger Rolls. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Okay, this is it, folks. This is it. This has to be it. We're going for the Jugger Rolls, right? That's what we need. Yes! Oh my god, 60%. Takes out the classiest unit in Advance Wars. Nice. Very nice, folks. Oh, and it's still going. What? But how long can he really hold out for? The Blight comes in. The Bomber has arrived. And then he holds on for a little while. You know what? He holds on, folks. He'll holds on. I can't believe that he actually is. He's actually still going. It's kind of doomed, though. I'm not going to lie. It is actually very doomed. But he's holding it. Wait. Oh, my God. That was a super. Okay. System crash. That's a one-shot. Well, those are just kind of guaranteed one-shots anyways. That was nice. All right. Oh, only 70. Only 70? What's going on here? Anyways. That's the end of the game. Wow. Not too bad. Not too bad. Steeler, MWB. They zoned in Spork in the corner here. They managed to take him out. But they were also playing as very, very better COs than these guys over here. So you got to hand it to the Funky Onion Spork. Keeping it real up in this tournament. Playing the game that they want to play. Not the game anybody else wants to play. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff indeed. So we only got 2 more games here, folks. 2 more games to go. And then that is the end. That is the end of round 2. Oh. So we're going to go with this one. We got a chest and cannon fodder 449 versus Scandalous and Raipika. Raipika. The notorious move planner. This man spends more time in the move planner than he does sleeping. I can guarantee you that. I can't actually guarantee you that. I don't know for sure. I don't even know if this man sleeps. For all I know, he might just be an AI. A non-sleeping AI. It's possible. Anyways, we're going to change to Orange Star. Got a Scandalous over here. We got the pink guys. Need to be moving the other way. This is what we got, folks. This is what we got. We're going to get into it. We're going to see how this one goes. Because we got a Nell. Cannon fodder and a chest have gone double Nell, folks. Versus the normal picks of Kindle and Max. Oh, dear. So let's see how this one goes. And yes, we are going to be skipping through the vast majority of the beginning because it is all the exact same stuff, folks. It will be the exact same stuff, but apparently it's not because Cannon Fodder has decided to not buy the Recon. He buys the tank, folks. So this is one of the other people that have decided to not buy the Recon, which is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. A little bit of a different strategy over here. So we'll see. We'll see if it works out for him. Recon has been hit. This is interesting. So Raipika allows for the Recon to get hit. He allows for the Recon to get hit. So that he can get a first strike tank. I bet that's the reason. That's probably the reason, folks, is so he can get the first strike tank. Without a doubt. That's what this man's plan is the entire time. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Let's see what happens. Scandalous has managed to grab both of the properties down south. Very nice. And there he goes. He gets that first strike tank, and he gets an double interrupt with the Recons. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cannon fodder. Going for a few attacks over here. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that a chest and cannon fodder are something silly like Team Neo Tank or something. Who would do that? Who would name themselves Team Neo Tank? And then they resign. Anyways. I'm pretty sure this game, I can't remember what happened to a chest, but I think something happened. So, anyways, this game is over. Raipika and Scandalous are the winners. That's how that game ended. Very anticlimactic. Especially for Scandalous and Raipika, because I was really expecting some very, very good stuff coming from them. But anyways, so that's how that game ended, unfortunately. But we do have one more game, folks. We have one more game. A chest just didn't shoot with the puzzle already. Oh, that's what it was. Anyways, if you don't shoot with the puzzle already, then yeah, you kind of like lose out a little bit. So, unfortunately, it was doomed to failure from the beginning. So, anyways, we love a chest. A chest is a great guy. He's actually a very nice person as well, too. So, is what it is, folks. Is what it is. But the final battle of the first round is upon us, folks. Yours truly, Mr. Cannon, aka semi-original guy from Advanced Wars by Web, teamed up with my wonderful, wonderful partner, Giviana. And we are the Tank Bank. That is what we are. We got the Tank Bank versus Team the Red Flash. And of all the teams we could have possibly been paired up with in round 2, it was silly Starflash and silly James. So we decided to go double Nell, folks. We got the double Nell on the field, ready to go. Sick rolls ahead, folks. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. That was so unlucky. Yeah, well, you know what? It happens sometimes. What can you do? Anyways, that was probably going to be a fantastic battle, though. I'm not going to lie. Anyways, so we got Giviana and Mr. Cannon versus Starflash and the Red James. So let's see how badly I blundered this game 24/7. Because it's probably going to be great. Actually, I know that I did do one blunder on this game. And I was very disappointed with it. And I actually like messaged Anna afterwards. And I was just like, Anna! I ruined it! I screwed up! I screwed up so bad. Anyways, I'll show you what it is like as soon as we get to it. But anyways, so buying that recon. I don't remember what I do with the recon. Yeah, I send the recon over there. Okay, so I'm trying to do what everybody else is doing. But this is the blunder right here. I actually meant I was playing on mobile, right? And I went to or maybe I was playing on the computer. Was it playing on computer or mobile? No, it was mobile. I went to go buy an infantry and I clicked on a recon. So I bought a recon when I meant to buy an infantry. So that was fun. Will the Tank Bank gonna do the misclick? Yeah, it was a misclick. I meant to buy an infantry, but I bought a recon. So I was just like, Anna, I bought a recon. I don't know what to do anymore. I had ruined everything. I had a plan. I'm telling you, I had sick plans, and they were gonna involve winning on sheer luck, and that was it. Anyways, Starflash busts out his tank, goes up north, immediately counters my recon. I'm very sad. I'm sitting here very sad in the crying corner. Very unfortunate indeed, but you know what? I don't let it get to me. You know what? I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm Nell. I'm Nell, folks. You know what Nell can do? Win games without any skill. But anyways, it is what it is. Go in for the interrupt. Stop both the properties over here. Sometimes it's just what you gotta do, folks. You bust out the tank. Red James decides to capture his properties instead of just yeeting away his forces. What a disrespectful person. Anyways, going in for the interrupt over here from the Starflash. Gotta be a stopping the properties, stopping the interrupts. And we got a 9-6 trade up north. Double join over here. Beautiful stuff over here from the Starflash. Going in for the captures of 2 properties. I miss a Giviana. Beautiful gameplay over here. Let's go with the capture over here. Bust out the tank. Not too shabby. And actually, this is not too bad because now we got a tank over here. Tank over here. This recon, it's not going to be able to stay here, folks. Not going to be able to hang out here for very long. But what it can do is it can sit on the city and then prevent the capture of the city and force an attack from our artillery. So it is actually still a very dangerous little situation with this recon down south. Unfortunately, my recon up north, he's not really going to be able to do anything except for continue interrupting. And I can't bring the other recon up north because now there's tanks there. Oh, fantastic. Who would decide to put tanks up north? Very unfortunate indeed. Anyways, carrying on with the battle. Mr. James, you know, he does the exact thing that I was talking about. He puts the stupid recon on the stupid city. Who would do that? You know? Who would do that? Who would decide to do such things? It's very unfortunate. Anyways, so lose my recon. Do a little bit more damage to these guys here. You know, slow the captures down a little bit. This guy's sitting at 3. Anna could potentially stop this capture or stop this capture. So either way, both are viable options. But she stops the capture because she is a friendly person and wants to let me have money. And money is great. You know what? We love money. Especially when it's in our own wallets. Not in the opponent's wallets. But unfortunately with this recon, I can't figure out what to do with the recon, you know, because I'm just surrounded by tanks. And it's a problem. It's a huge problem. But I do find a way to grab this property because I do manage to surround it here. So, you know, I'm safe right now. I can get it. So I do get a little bit of income. And income is nice. I like income. I also like Von Bolt's theme. You know what? People out there think that Von Bolt's theme is not good. But me, personally, I like it. You know what? I like the Trumpets of Doom, folks. I don't know if you guys like the Trumpets of Doom out there, but I like the Trumpets of Doom. Anyways, not really much happened here. But Starflash is doing a nice little zoning technique over here. He's going to allow me to get the comm tower by the looks of it here. But the zoning is like, it's going good. It's going good for him. I'm going to have to try real hard in order to gain some territory back. But it is now GV Anna's turn. Anna is going to be able to pull back and sit pretty. Sit pretty down there by the base. But unfortunately, Flash and James are in such a good position down south because I can't get any army down there right now. The only way that I would be able to get some army down there is if I send it from this base, and I'm cut off over here. Anyways, we must never forget that we are human, and as humans we dream. And when we dream of money. The Spanish prisoner. That's right. Straight making that money. That's what it's all about. Making it rain, folks. Alright. Flash and Flash and James just continue to press over to to Anna's base, which is very dangerous. Very dangerous, very scary. And now it is day 8. We push up a little bit here. We're going to try to gain a little bit of territory up north. But we'll see. We'll see if it's possible. I am going to be able to get a second comm tower. And I'm going to start sending my units from the north down south. Because there's not really much else I can do, you know. But I'm going to gain some territory. That's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to move up. We're going to occupy the space. That's what we're doing. Move up, occupy the space. But flipping Red James, he's got 16,000 money already. And he's capping 2 more properties. Like, this man is going to be absolutely swimming in cash. It's going to be disgusting. It's like, people should not be allowed to have that much money. It's just, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be able to have that much money. It's not fair. It's not fair to the average person. Day 9. Boom. Taking out a recon. Unfortunately, I can't get the comm tower up north because now Starflash has an infantry in position to interrupt. And if he doesn't interrupt with the infantry, he can interrupt with tanks. So, kind of in a predicament over here, you know? A little bit of a predicament. But there is a nice little attack launched over here. It does do a little bit of damage. I'm pretty sure I planned some things over here. But we eventually went with like this idea over here. You know, to attack. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with such an attack, you know? Now I'm going to go in and try to get some more properties. Unfortunately, can't do a surround of the property, but I'm trying to occupy the terrain. That's what we're doing. Move this guy forward because there's no chance of this being hit. Anna is pretty close to a luck roll, though. We got the luck rolls coming here pretty soon, so let's see. Let's see if we can manage to get it. Comm tower, or not comm tower, the airport, whatever that is being acquired. So we got the lucky star charged. It's looking okay. But my lab is being capped again, which is not great. Not really my favorite thing. And now the 2 properties up north are being acquired and a artillery has moved in position. So a little bit late to the party, but you know what? It's happening. So we got the luck rolls here, folks. Let's see if we can get some fat flipping luck rolls. What do we get? Nothing. Something. That's what I'm talking about, folks. That's what it's all about. It's all about doing 50% damage to a tank with an infantry. That is why we play Nell. Boom. Only 30% with the anti-air, though. So that's actually very unfortunate. 60% or 40% there. 30% there. Not too shabby. Occupy the terrain. That's what it's all about. All right. Now it is my turn. Unfortunately, I have not taken enough battle damage to warrant using the power. So I don't have that ability right now. So that is unfortunate. But I am going to be going in for some attacks. And we're going to do it, folks. We're moving in. This is an all or nothing scenario. We got to move in down south or we're just going to lose all the territory in general. And we don't want that to happen, folks. We got to send some units. Send them down south. Start doing the damage. Red James busts out of power. This man's got too much money. It's too much money. He's got 19,500 money every single turn. It's too much. It's too much. All right, got an attack over there. Got an attack there. Occupy the terrain. And then a few more units get destroyed here. Poor Giviana sitting at 10 units. 10 units on the field. And it's day 11. As I said at the beginning of the stream, folks, things can happen by day 11. Games can be over by day 11 in mixed base scenarios. It gets absolutely vile. Absolutely vile. Alright, got 2 more hits here. And flippin' Star Flash activates a Blight. Oh my god. Can't believe this, man. Can't believe he would activate a Blight like that. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Anyways, I have a co-power. I might even use it. We'll find out. We shall find out. We should find out if we're going to use it. Anyways, Giviana busts out the missile because we're basically doomed. Essentially, I don't really see any way out of this situation. Now, maybe there is a way out of this situation, but we don't have the position in order to do so, folks. You know, Starflash and James, they're too far into the corner right now. And they're going to be able to take it. They're going to take it. I think what I'm doing right now is I was just holding out because I wanted to get some luck rolls. That's it. All I wanted to do was just get luck rolls. That's what I want. Want some flipping luck rolls. We'll see it. We'll see it happen. Giviana pops the power. Let's see it. APC. What kind of rolls do we get? 20? 90. Not too bad. Alright, do that attack, do this attack. We're going for the super, folks. Going for the super. Gonna get the super co-power. Let's see what we can get, folks. We get a fat one. Boom! 100% damage. 70% damage. 100% damage. And then 20% damage. Get a fat 100% over here. And an 80% over here. Gets the KO with the 4 HP. Gets absolutely no damage with that one. Beautiful. It's honestly beautiful. It's a work of art, folks. Absolute work of art. Not too shabby indeed. But unfortunately, at this point, there's actually like literally nothing that we can do. So, we're going to lose the base. And then we just play on for fun. That's about it. Anyways, so we lost that game. But we have fun. And that was the most important thing. And the second most important thing is that I got like 4 100% rolls as Nell. Because I pray to Nell before I do my luck rolls. And that, my friends, is the end of round 2 of the Dual Destinies Cup. Hosted by Valior, a.k.a. Barry, a.k.a. a swell flippin' individual. So, wow. We made it. We made it through all 8 of the games, folks. And I still have time to sleep. What a great day. What a great day indeed. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you did. And if you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. So, I'm not sure when we are going to be doing the round 3 games. But I know that they're not all done. But I know that at least one of them is done. One of them is done. And Some of you may be wondering which one that is. Well, you'll find out. You'll find out next time, folks, because we will do it. So as soon as all the round 3 games are done, I will do another stream and we will go over all those games. And then I think after that, we're getting pretty close to the finals, if not at the finals. Because it's 4 and it's 2. 4, 2. Yeah, I think that's what it would be, right? Anyways, that'll be great. It'll be great. Thank you all for joining me for this wonderful time. And I think thank you to MWB for mentioning it in the Discord, and then myself for remembering that I actually have a few hours of free time today. So that's about it. That's the way she goes. And yeah. Anyways, so everybody go do something that's very important to you, and call your mothers if you haven't, because she misses you. Have yourselves a great day. Take care, and bye-bye for now.